Okay, for children experiencing anxieties and worries, I wonder if you'd like to play a game of Let's Pretend. I'm going to tell you a story about a child who is the same age as you will be on your next birthday. We'll call this child Joe, and I want you to really pretend that you're Joe and the story is about you. And if your eyes aren't already closed, then you can close them if you wish, so that you can see the pictures more clearly. Now it's Joe's birthday, and Joe's mom has arranged a surprise party and invited lots of your best friends and playmates and relatives. Most of these friends are children, but there are also some animals because the party is going to be held in a very, very large place, which has been beautifully decorated with brightly colored ribbons and streamers, balloons, and big signs saying, "Happy Birthday!" and "Welcome to my party!" and other nice messages. Joe is all dressed up and ready to receive the guests, and the first to arrive is a blonde, curly-haired girl named Emily, with her huge gray elephant, Ed, who is carrying presents for Joe in his trunk. Joe's mom asks Emily and Ed to put the presents on the long table for Joe to open later, and the girl and her elephant do as they're asked. The next to arrive is Dean and his dolphin, Diana, and they also have gifts which they place on the table, along with Emily and Ed's. And just as they're doing so, the next guests show up, a tall, thin boy named Tim with his tiny tortoise, which is actually a terrapin, and the terrapin's name is Tina. Tina the terrapin, or Tina the tortoise, whichever you prefer. Now Tina is so small she could fit in the palm of your hand, but Tim has told her all about you, so she wanted to bring you the biggest present possible, and it's so big she uses all of her strength to push it along the floor. When your mom asks her to put the present on the table, she also comes over to lend a helping hand, and together she and Tim lift it up onto the table. Very soon all your guests have arrived and the party games are ready to begin, but Diana the dolphin, Tina the terrapin, and Ed the elephant and the other pets that have come to your party want to go play in the garden first. Diana especially wants to explore the large swimming pool that she saw as she arrived. So the pets are allowed out, knowing that the grounds are safe and secure, while the children start the party games. And you play all the old favorites like musical chairs and pass the parcel, as well as lots of other games. Your favorite songs are playing on the radio player, stereo, and children dance and have fun and soon become very hungry and ready to eat, just goofing around. The animals come back into the room and everyone sits around another large table and tucks into all the delicious party food and drinks that are nicely laid out. And when everyone thinks they've finished, the lights are dimmed and a trolley with your huge birthday cake is wheeled in, and there are so many candles on it, the same number as the age you will be on this birthday. You take a long, deep breath and blow out the candles. And everyone, even the animals, sing "Happy Birthday" to you and clap. Someone tells you you should make a wish. Now what will you wish for? Well, I know that at times some things have worried you. There are things that might seem easy for other people but make you feel bothered inside, and you don't really like that feeling. Just kind of not being comfortable in your own skin. And the silly thing is, you know that you're special and can do all the things the other kids can do, but sometimes you find it hard to explain, and it might feel like you get upset or angry, or maybe other feelings you don't quite understand or want. So you make your wish, and the lights are turned up. After the cake, your mom makes an announcement. It's time for you to open your presents. Well, there are so many beautiful gifts. Where will you start? Maybe the smallest ones first. You can leave Tina the terrapin's last. Since it is so big, you're going to need help lifting it off the table, the one the tiny tortoise brought, the biggest gift. So you begin unwrapping your presents. At first, they're very small gifts. A pencil case for school, coloring books, markers, and then they gradually grow larger and heavier. A new bag, clothes, games and toys. Wow, even a laptop from your parents. Amazing. By now your excitement is beginning to build up. In fact, you're not sure if it's excitement or nerves because you're coming to the biggest present of all. Your mom lifts it onto the floor and you eagerly rip off the beautiful wrapping paper. Your present is wrapped in layers and layers of bubble wrap, which you begin to unwind, and you wonder, what is in here? What could it be? Could it be whatever it was that you wished for? What did you wish for? What did you really, really wish for? Was it a present or something else? Maybe you thought of a new bike, or something huge like a playhouse, or a beautiful dappled pony. But you know that would not really happen. So what was really at the back of your mind? What is your greatest wish? Wouldn't it be to feel better about all the things that have been bothering you? As you continue to unwind the bubble wrap, you suddenly pause. You didn't notice before how each of the bubbles in the bubble wrap was different colors. How magical is that? Some are blue, others pink, some yellow, orange, silver and sparkly gold, even purple, different shades of purple, even black and white. But what attracts your attention the most is one particular bubble that is a lovely blue-violet color. You begin to think of some of the things that used to bother you, and as you do this, you give it a color. For example, something that made you feel angry might look like a red bubble. So you pop it. Just like that. You pop the clear red bubbles in the bubble wrap, and as you do, you see that a small piece of red ribbon was all that colored the bubble wrap. So you carefully pull it out and put it into the nearby bin. An amazing thing happens when you pull out the ribbon. Any thoughts or feelings of anger just completely disappeared. You think of something else that upset you at some time. Maybe it was to do with someone else at school being told how good they were, when really they weren't, or just something that made you feel you wished you were someone else, running faster, or whatever it is, and you notice a bubble with the color that seems to match how that made you feel. Most people would say this was yellow, but it has to be the color you choose it to be. So whatever color that is, pop the bubble and see the small thread of that color ribbon inside. Gently pull it out, gently at first, and then give it a tug. You don't want to feel that way anymore, so you pull it all the way out and put it into the bin. And of course, as soon as you pull it out, you realize you won't feel those uncomfortable feelings again. And if for any reason you were about to do so, all you need to do is close your eyes for a second and imagine yourself popping that bubble and pulling out the ribbon. There are so many bubbles you've completely forgotten about what was inside the wrapping. And even if you hadn't forgotten, it doesn't matter right now, because you know you can really enjoy this later. And you're learning a very important lesson for your subconscious mind to be able to release any uncomfortable feelings just by imagining popping a colorful bubble or bubble wrap and pulling out that ribbon and throwing it away or putting it somewhere. It is now changed and powerless over your power. So you pop the next bubble, a black one that seems to match some of the black feelings you've had. And as you pop it, the ribbon springs up and you pull it out, a strand of black ribbon, into the bin. I'll be quiet for a few moments while you pop a few more. All the feelings you don't want to have, just pop them. Pull out the ribbon and put it into the bin. Good. That's a fun way to feel empowered, isn't it? So you know you can come back to your bubble wrap, even in your mind, whenever you want, and get rid of any and all of the feelings you don't want to have. But before we leave your bubble popping, notice there's one large bubble very close to your gift, and it is that beautiful shade of blue-violet. You want to pop it, but you're kind of not sure because you cannot imagine putting it into the bin. The bubble represents good, happy feelings, the sort of feelings that make you want to smile or laugh. When you feel like everything is right with the world, the feelings you really want to keep, that you are loved and special, and all is well and fun. Well, popping bubble wrap is irresistible, so let's give it a try. Pop the blue-violet bubble. Gently draw out the ribbon. It's not just a strand like the others. It is a long, rich, silky, velvety ribbon, and it has your name printed on it. As the ribbon comes out, you realize this one is all about the way you really want to feel, the way that you can feel, the way that you do feel. This is your ribbon. It is your favorite color. It's a beautiful ribbon that belongs to you and you alone. So you examine this beautiful violet-blue ribbon. Tie it into a beautiful bow if you wish. Put it close to your heart or wrap it around your finger. Whatever you want to do to keep it for as long as you want. And I want you to remember this story, and whenever you have feelings you don't want to have, imagine yourself popping the bubble wrap, squeezing it together between your finger and thumb, choosing a color that matches those unwanted feelings, and pulling out the ribbon before throwing it away. When you have done this, you will want to have good feelings instead, nice thoughts, and so you will remember your blue-violet ribbon and pretend that you're holding it again. And the moment you do this, you will immediately feel happy again. You will feel yourself comfortable, smiling, and any worries will have just melted away. Now, if you're listening to this story at your bedtime, then I want you to sink deeper under the covers and enjoy the warm, comfortable feelings as you drift off to sleep. You can think about unwrapping that last present, imagine what's in it and what you are going to do with it, and have a lovely sleep and lots of nice dreams. If you're listening to this at any other time, then I'm going to count to 5, and at the count of 5, you can open your eyes, stretch, smile, and feel happy and at peace. And remember, if this is your bedtime, you can just ignore these awakening suggestions. 1, 2, 3, slowly coming back. 4, eyelids beginning to flicker, and 5, eyes open wide awake, feeling happy and relaxed and comfortable.